I want to address you on 5 issues. I've told you before of the Runyankore proverb. It says in Runyankore, and minyingi itukuruza ushera. The English equivalent would be, too many tongues spoil the broth. Similarly, so many wrong analyses of issues confuse some of our people and disable them from helping themselves and also helping their country. The issues I want to address today are the environment, especially the wetlands, wealth creation, jobs creation, regional integration, and parasitism, whether intended or otherwise. On the issue of the environment, on this occasion, I will concentrate on the water bodies and the wetlands. NEMA has in recent times been evicting people that had encroached on the wetlands against the law that was enacted in the year 1995 and our appeals ever since 1986. I remember very well that in 1986, I evicted the people that had invaded the Mavira forest following the order by Idi Amin that people should take over the forest because forests have no value and grow crops because they have more value. Sheer ignorance that is dangerous. Discussing with the local people in those areas how they should leave those wetlands and do alternative and more profitable enterprises such as fish farming and apple growing. There are the examples of the Limoto wetland in Parisa and Muzei in the covered area. Regarding the wetlands in Uganda, Teso, Lango, Acholi, etc., there was no encroachment at all. With the ones in Uganda, that is where we were fighting. This encroachment is recent and in spite of the law and our advice. The NRM sometimes uses soft methods to solve problems, even when the people are wrong. However, when it is a matter of life and death, or the destiny of Africa is at stake, we take a decisive and uncompromising stand. This is what mistake makers have failed to understand. And to the peril of everybody, including the mistake makers themselves. When it comes to the environment, especially the wetlands and water bodies, enyanja, emigera, ebisharara, ebijinja, etc., and the natural forests, ebibira, it is a matter that is even greater than life and death. It is the threat of extinction. Why? The following reasons. The following are the reasons. Why is it that the issue of the wetlands and the natural forests is even bigger than life and death, and it is a threat of extinction? That's what I'm telling you. What are the reasons? The following are the reasons. Number 1, 60% of our rainfall comes from the oceans, the Indian, the Pacific, and maybe the Atlantic. However, 40% of our rain comes from the local water and forest bodies, the natural forests, the lakes, the rivers, and the wetlands. Therefore, anybody to invade the lake shore, emyejego y'enyanja, the river, Omugera, the wetlands, Ekshara, and the National Forest, etc., is to work so hard to turn the whole of Uganda into a Karamoja in terms of rain. Some people, whether they know it or they don't know it, are not happy that we are getting so much rain. They would like the whole of Uganda to be like Karamoja. That's what they are working for. Bagala Uganda yonna efuuke nga Karamoja. The rain which God put for us here, the rain source, they want to dry it. Destroying the vegetation cover in the wetlands and forest areas makes the runoff water, omutunga, omukoka, alele, flow very fast and will not have time to sink in the soil. The water will just go quickly. Go quickly, it will not have time to sink in the soil. The underground water will eventually dry up. What is all this if not a disaster? How can people work like this as if they don't know what they are doing? If you don't use your talents, God takes them away. This is the story in the Bible. God gives you talents, you don't use them, he says, you worthless servant, go away. That's what he says in the New Testament. How can we misuse our talents? The water for irrigation is here. The bigugu for mulching is here. The eshonzi, those who want to eat eshonzi, mudfish, is here. Just nearby, every hill below, you have water, like that. Then you say, bring water. What is here, near you? God has brought it everywhere. Blaming NEMA as to why they allowed people to settle in the wetlands and come later to evict them is of course a good point. However, it does not exonerate the encroachers and their backers. Who does not know what a wetland is? Are you a Ugandan or are you from Europe? It is the duty of everybody to defend Uganda's survival. In any case, in the matter of the environment, we have no choice. Uganda cannot be destroyed, and we simply watch. Hence, please, all the people in the wetlands, live peacefully. You have done enough damage. We are not prosecuting you. It is an amnesty. Simply leave. We cannot compensate you for breaking the law and common sense. I wouldn't even say law, even if there was no law, common sense would tell you that don't go in the swamp. It will moreover, if we say we compensate, it will moreover be another way of encouraging that indiscipline to continue. Because if we compensate this, then the others also will come, then we compensate them. So that's why we cannot compensate. There's no compensate. We have already compensated you by not prosecuting you, so you just go. That's a compensation. Start the knowledge economy of using science to create products such as vaccines, automobiles, electronic products, etc. However, all this could not happen if you do not work on some elements of the infrastructure, the roads, electricity, the ICT backbone, etc. This is how now you hear that our economy has expanded from US dollars 1.5 billion, 1986, to now US dollars 55 billion, albeit still being a raw materials producing economy. This is why you hear me insisting that this economy will jump to US dollars 500 billion by simply adding value to most of our raw materials, agricultural, mineral, forest products, our freshwater products, etc. In this journey, we have had some Ugandans listening to our message of socio-economic transformation through wealth creation in the four sectors of commercial agriculture with the Chivaro, manufacturing and artisanship, services, hotels, transport, entertainment, etc., and ICT. The money is to be found in 4 money-making sectors. These are commercial agriculture with ekibalo, chura, otita, aimar. Commercial agriculture with ekibalo. Manufacturing, that means industries, services, and ICT. Our strategic goal is to make every adult Ugandan of working age join one of these sectors, either as an owner or as an employee. Given the collapse of the small island sector, economy, however, that strategic goal could not be achieved at one go. Since, however, we had philosophically, ideologically, and strategically correctly analyzed our situation, in spite of the opposition from some of the civil servants and the politicians, we have successfully attained 4 phases. These are the minimum economic recovery, meaning you bring back the 3 C's and the 3 T's, and also reformalize the economy that had become informal with magendo, etc. Second phase, expand the enclave of the 3 C's and 3 T's, make them bigger. Start the knowledge economy of using science to create products such as vaccines, automobiles, electronic products, etc. However, all this could not happen if you do not work on some elements of the infrastructure, the roads, electricity, the ICT backbone, etc. This is how now you hear that our economy has expanded from US dollars 1.5 billion 1986 to now US dollars 55 billion, albeit still being a raw materials producing economy. This is why you hear me insisting that this economy will jump to US dollars 500 billion by simply adding value to most of our raw materials, agricultural, mineral, forest products, our freshwater products, etc. In this journey, we have had some Ugandans listening to our message of socio-economic transformation through wealth creation in the 4 sectors of commercial agriculture with ekibalo, manufacturing and artisanship, services, hotels, transport, entertainment, etc., and ICT. The manufacturing sector is now exporting goods worth of US dollars 2.5 billion per year, per annum, employing 922,000, almost 1 million people. This is a new sector, Amakorero, already earning 2.5 billion, more than coffee. As we struggle to involve our people in the money economy, in the socio-economic transformation, the next question is, where is the market for these products? That is why all the serious young people should have long ago taken up the call of Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, and we, his followers, and that of Kwame Nkrumah, of the economic and political integration for East Africa and the economic integration for the whole of Africa, to provide a market for all these products. Where do we sell the milk? Where do we sell the maize? Where do we sell the sugar? Where do we sell the cement, etc.? Milk production is 5.3 billion liters, but the internal consumption is only 800 million liters. Maize production is 5 million tons, but our internal consumption is only 1 million tons. Sugar production is 650,000 tons, but the internal consumption is only 380,000 tons, etc. It is a disaster for the future of Africa to hear the young people talking only about the football of the clubs in Europe or just pushing the agenda of the imperialists. The future of Africa mainly belongs here. Coming to the issue of jobs, we must ask the question, where are the jobs to be found? We have already answered the question. The big number of jobs is to be found in the 4 sectors: commercial agriculture, manufacturing and artisanship, services, and ICT. While we the wealth creators are busy creating wealth for Uganda, some elements, some of them from opposition, are always working with foreigners to foment chaos in Uganda. Riots, illegal demonstrations, illegal and inconsiderate processions, etc. These people are unfair and inconsiderate, and they should check themselves. We shall have no alternative but to check them. You must. Now, when you hear people talking of demonstrations, demonstrate, when you demonstrate in a place like Kampala, people are sitting on the roadside. They are sitting on the roadside. When I pass by there, they have got their chairs on the roadside. Are you going to step in people's products or trample their chairs, their furniture? You are playing. Do not have such ideas in your head. If you have got some good ideas, there was a time when Nakasero some time ago organized us, and on a weekend, on a Sunday when there was nobody on the road, we walked to Kororo and we were talking about corruption. So if you want, contact Nakasero on a day when there is no Sunday, there's no traffic here in the center. At least we can go to Kororo and talk nicely about whatever we want to talk about, but do not bring. Don't be tempted to bring chaos, step on people's products on the road.